I'm really excited to be here this evening. Uh, it was a smooth flight coming here, and I've just been looking forward. My name is John Mook. I originally moved from Uganda, and I arrived in America for the first time in 2018, and ended up in Austin, Texas. And through that whole time, I've been writing songs and really discovering a new culture. Because when I moved here, everything was new. And that has inspired me to create different songs relating the cultures, from the culture I grew up in and the culture in America. But I always start with this very first song I call Always as One. When I discovered the guitar, I was 15, and it was my first time to ever see this instrument. I was so intrigued. And a friend of mine came to me and told me, Joe, this girl is breaking up with me. And I was like, okay, can I write a letter to save your relationship? And he was like, yeah. So I wrote some spicy stuff for him. And in the morning he calls me, he's like, John, it worked. And I was like, can you get the letter back? I need to write my first English song. And these are the words I've written in that letter, minus the spicy words. A special world for you and me. It's gentle nature and open to all, and always sending chills down my spine. And if our moon starts causing waves, it's your devotion that keeps me still. I've made a vow to no one but you. I pledge my life for all time to you. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you touch me. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you kiss me. And I love, 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 love the way you love me. I want to steer up top of you forever. Our lives together till eternity. And our hearts are always as one. I want to steer on top of you forever. Our lives together till eternity. And our souls are always as one. I wrote your name deep in the sand, by the waves washed it away. I carved your name into my heart, so forever it will stay. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you touch me. I love, I love, I love. I love the way you kiss me. And I love, 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 love the way you love me. I want to steer on top of you forever. Our lives together till eternity. And our hearts are always as one. I want to steer on top of you forever. it's not part of the album. Because when I moved, I was really afraid about my friend. He's not yet married. And I've always asked him, hey, you better marry that girl. I need to record my song. So second album, I'll just release it. Growing up in Uganda, we didn't have too much opportunity. And seeing a guitar at 15 years was the very first time. I was walking one day and I saw a guy play, and he was playing Christian songs. I was so intrigued about just the instrument. Because when you look at all the tribes in Uganda, each tribe has a musical instrument. And somehow that musical instrument accents with the way people speak. So that's why each tribe has their own instrument. And to me, when I saw this, was like a piece of gold. I was like, wow. So I asked the guy if I could come every day to watch him play. And I just went there for almost 6 months, walking to this man's house. And at that point, I didn't know I was discovering a passion and something that would save my life. And right now I'm in Doylestown, Ohio. So music really changed my life. When my friends were in trouble, I was somewhere doing something musical. And it's not until I moved to Austin and music inspired me to write a song to thank music for changing my life. And it's a song called Silver and Gold. Hope you guys enjoy.
My innocence had not been gone. You taught me things that already knew, but I pushed them away till the day I found you. For far too long I've been just hanging on. You dragged me in from that window cold. All I know is you're more than silver and gold. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one, and I needed a friend. When I know you put a skip to my step. You are the only one. When I needed someone, like you needed someone. I took some wrong turns on the road of life. You found me wounded and I'm strong, stronger than I've ever been. You put me back together again. We're making our own private paradise, just knowing you'll be right there when I'm old. That you'll never go means more to me than silver and gold. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one, and I needed a friend. When I know you put a skip to my step. You are the only one. When I needed someone, like you needed someone. I couldn't see the horizons. I never saw the sunrise. My life was missing the reasons until I looked into your eyes. It's the truth. You let my heart unbend. I was the lonely one. someone, like you needed someone.
Thank you so much. When I came up with this whole passion, this you can give me some of them. Slightly, yeah.
Vocal or guitar?
Both. Yeah. So when I discovered that I had this passion of singing English music, so I discovered an instrument, and now I'm looking. It took me a time to look for a trigger, something that would really tell me go for English music. And one day I was a nanny for my cousin, and I was cleaning, and I landed on a CD. It was We Are the World. I didn't know how to use a DVD player, so I waited for him to come back. When he played me that CD, I was mind blown. How many people were singing in just one tune? And I told him, do you mind not paying me? Can you give me this CD? And he was like, I think he thought I was stupid. He's like, sure, you can take it. I played that CD till he could never play again. And then I built this thing in me that I want to do English music, and I feel I need to speak. Because I felt like I had a lot to speak, but I didn't know how to speak it. But discovering music, I went home, I told them I'm starting to sing English music. And they all thought I was crazy. Even my friends were like, are you competing with Chris Brown? Which to me, I felt kind of not supported in that way. And it's not until I moved that I was reminded of that situation where the people closest to you don't understand what you feel inside. And you're trying to tell them, and it inspired me to write this song called Flying Away from Home. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Always dreamed I'd go away. Someday maybe I could fly. So I left my home when I was 23 years old, and sailed away into the night. Daddy told me not to go. I regret that we were fighting. Now I think you finally know. Sometimes you have to search before you find it. The light can seem so very far away, but everything you left you through behind it is in your
Texas. A wonderful couple picked me up. When they brought me to their house, that was my first time to live in an American house. And there was one friend of theirs there was someone from Uganda. And she always came with a small paper and a pencil to write all the things I didn't know how to do. And swimming came on the list. She's like, I'm gonna teach you how to swim. So she schedules a day and she took me at a spring. It's called Barton Springs, if anyone has ever been to Austin. And she told me, I was so shocked, she told me to jump. And I kept on saying, hey, that's not how they learn how to swim. That's when everything starts going wrong. And she didn't even know things are going wrong. And she told me to walk into the water. I was surprised that water was like 60 degrees. Cold. That was my last lesson of swimming. I didn't see her for more 3 years because the pandemic happened. And one day she calls me after the pandemic and said, are you John? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you still in Austin? I was like, yes, I am. And she asked me to help her move boxes. And I was like, yeah, sure. I'll carry boxes. And we carried boxes all day. But she was crying throughout the whole move. And I was freaked out because this is a person I was used to seeing happy. And we carried boxes and she's really crying. So I didn't ask why. It's not until I went back home that evening, something about me was telling me I was not a good friend, that I didn't ask why she was crying. And it inspired me to write this song called Dark Door. I hope you guys enjoy.
I see the way you're feeling now. Maybe I could come around, just because I'm thinking of you, looking like you're not afraid. It isn't even what you say, it's what you do when you blue. I've been there before. Walk through that same dark door. Ooh, it's cold with you alone outside until you get a place to hide. Then you know you found a home. Till then, never give up, you fight. Try to keep your burdens light, 'cause you never know when it's time to go. I've been there before. I've walked through that same dark door. Ooh, and I've been through that pain. I've walked through that pouring rain. Ooh, I know that you know how it feels. I'll help you find you peace of mind. I'm here to stay. Won't go away until the end of time. I've been there before. I've walked through that same dark door. Ooh,
of you may ask, how did I end up in Austin, Texas? When I realized none of my friends could ever listen to me sing English,
I think that's up there. That's the second time.
Oh, yeah.
Was there a switch in there? Hey, we're hitting the switch. We solved our mystery problem. There you go. Yeah, the switch was hidden. Oh, we all learned something new today.
So when I realized that none of my friends could ever listen to me sing English, it kind of freaked me out too. So one day I was traveling in a taxi, which taxi carries 14 people in Uganda. And I grew up seeing homeless kids. And one day an idea came to my mind. I was like, since my friends don't care, I think these kids will care about what I'm singing. So one day I picked up my guitar and went and started singing for these kids. They were excited. They didn't know what I was singing. They had never seen a guitar as well, so they were curious with me. And I did that for almost 6 months. But one day I was like, I need to call a friend to see me what I've been doing. So I called my best friend, and I was shocked he was happy. He was like, John, this is cool. Let's record a video. We need to post it on this thing called Facebook. I didn't have a Facebook account, but he came with a phone the next day and we recorded a video and I posted it online. You know, it spent there like 3 weeks. I get a weird message from Norwegian Cruise Line in Florida. Do you want to sing on a big boat? With the fellow of a big boat. I was so interested about the photo because it didn't make sense. And my brain was like, how is this building floating on water? So I printed it out and I kept on asking my friends separately, do you think this is real? And my friends were like, John, that's Photoshop. That is impossible. That's a whole building. So my friends, our minds were like the same. I didn't respond to the email. And a few weeks have passed by and they reached out again. Sir, this is a big opportunity for you. And I was like, can you send me a video of that boat moving? His response to me was kind of angry, but he sent me a link. And I looked for an internet cafe, and it was real. This boat was moving, and people were kids were jumping into the pools. I was like, sir, we have a deal. So in 2 weeks they processed the visa. And my challenge is to convince people home that at 23 I'm going to America by myself. So I showed them the passport. They were like, this doesn't look real. Where did you meet these people? I'm like, on the internet. Internet? They're gonna cut out your lungs and liver. You don't live in this country. So it was hard to convince them. So I had to move out of home and get a small separate one room somewhere as I processed my leaving the country. And I moved, I remember that day was my first time to go to the airport or even be at the airport. So I first reached the airport and I called them because I knew there they wouldn't touch me at all. So I told them, guys, I'm gonna go and show in the passport and we see the visa is real. I didn't know when you check in, you don't come back. I thought I would come back and say bye. And I didn't say bye. Because when I gave in my passport, they told me, sir, go forward. And it took me 3 years to really understand that whole scenario. Because I didn't know I was running away from everything in life. Friends, family, sisters, everything I knew. At that point, I was just excited about this big thing sailing in the water. And I know at some point we run away from something good or bad, but sometimes we don't know that we are running from something good, but it takes courage to run away from anything. So it inspired me to write this song called Run Away. I hope you guys enjoy.
I feel like a runaway. I got got a home, but I just can't find it. Never knew the right way. And all I know, couldn't start to see. Got me some my boss, gotta let it go. Don't look back, I gotta keep on going. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weather saying, hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I've been on mine, I gotta keep on walking. Hey, I feel like a child now. Every day I keep on growing. Every road that I travel down, there's always something wild, knowing it's in my blood. I was born wrong. Where I go, there is no returning. I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weather saying, hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I've been on mine, I gotta keep on walking. Hey, I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman saying, hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I've been on mine, I gotta keep on walking. Hey, I feel like a runaway. So I say, hey, don't care what the weatherman saying, hey, I'm not afraid of the storms that's raging. It's not mine, gotta let it go. I've been on mine, I gotta keep on walking. Hey, I feel like a runaway.
Thank you so much. It really makes me happy to sing for people. Because the first crowd I sang for was in my brain. And I have the twin sister. I remember when I was trying to practice guitar, we lived in a 2-bedroom, 5 people. And I didn't have where to practice from. I just closed my eyes and talked to myself. And one day my twin sister found me and she ended up telling all her friends I was possessed. And one day I'm walking, I find her friend and she was just treating me so nice, and she's never treated anyone nice. I was like, what's going on? She's like, well, I need you to tell me how it feels when you're possessed. And I kept on telling her, hey, it's a crowd I'm seeing. I used to call it in a Western country. And I think she didn't really take my definition what I was explaining to her. She thought I was more possessed. So this means a lot to be here singing for real people. When I moved in with this couple, because I stopped my story when I got the visa, so I ended up in Florida. And I was following just rules, because I didn't know the people that were calling me to come. I just knew I was going on a big ship. And they told me, you're gonna see a huge security guy with your name at the airport. Where he goes is where you go. So I saw this guy, he didn't laugh. He just showed me my name and I was following that guy. He took me to the hotel, and in the morning I found him right at the hotel entrance. I followed him and I just followed orders. I didn't even know I joined the boat. I reached the tunnel and he told me go forward. And I was following rules. It's not until I went to pee and the water was shaking. And that confused me. I was like, what's going on? And when I looked in the window, we were sailing. And I was tired because I'd flown from Uganda to Florida. I was really tired. I just went straight to sleep. And after like 10 minutes of sleeping, I had someone knock the door. He was the band manager for the ship. He's like, sir, you need to be singing right now. And to me, I'd never been in a life of a structure. I'd never followed time. I'd never followed anything. I asked him, don't you people get rest when you've traveled so far? He's like, no, you're scheduled to be singing. I won't leave this door until you're up singing. So that's where the challenge of structure for the first time in life kicks in. I went up and I started playing guitar. And I did that for 6 months. But then they dropped me in Bahamas. Because I was from Uganda, they don't drop you in America, they know you're not going home. So they drop you in a place they know that you have no choice. But I had read rules, I knew the rules of the visa I had. So I lived in Bahamas for 6 days without a plan. They wanted me to go back home, but I was like, I'll stay here till I find a plan. And at the end of the week, I went to check the bill for that hotel. I was so shocked how sleeping was expensive in the Muslim country. It was like $1,500. I knew I had to go out of that hotel that day. So I made calls to America, events happening. How many calls did go well? Apart from one call, this lady picks up and I was like, hi, I saw a fundraiser for a refugee fundraiser. I want to sing for free. She was like, free? Fuck yes. And I hung out because I've never had a fuck yes for yes. So I made other calls. And the calls didn't go through. I was like, I better call the fuck yes lady again. And when I called her this time, she was nice. She was like, well, the fundraiser is in 2 days. If you can get here, you will do the fundraiser. So I ended up in Austin singing for this fundraiser. But I was shocked after the party, everyone left me there. No one cared at all. And it's midnight, I'm seated at this music venue, I don't know where to go, and a drunk guy who had passed out wakes up and says, hello, are you the African who was singing? What the hell are you doing here? I'm like, they left me here. He put me in a truck and drove me to his house. I was excited that I was rescued. I don't care where he was taking me, I was just happy. And in the morning he was nice, he gave me a Coke Zero and a small avocado. And I was like, I didn't know Americans eat this for breakfast. But I was happy still. And the next day he gave me a Coke Zero and a small avocado. That's when I started getting frustrated. I was like, this is not food. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. And he also got frustrated and he called the refugee place. Hello, I have the African. The African? We've been looking for him for 4 days. So he drove me and dropped me there. And that's where they knew I was not a refugee. I was just a person who came legally, but I just had no plan. So they couldn't keep me at the refugee place. And this couple saw me, they were like, well, we've been looking for a person to stay with. Can you move in with us? And I didn't say yes, because I was curious. I told them, got their card, and I Googled all night, how to live with white people? And Google was like, just chill and smile. So in the morning I called them and I was like, I'm ready, I'll move in. They were excited. These were the most nicest people. And they took me to an assisted living to see their mother. But then my brain was confused. I was like, I'm a stranger, you brought me in your house, but your real mother is somewhere else, other people taking care of them. That's what my brain told me. I didn't tell them, I was like, it doesn't make sense to me. But I just went to the assisted living and I got a chance to look up this lady, their mother. They left me in the room with her. She had dementia. She didn't remember the present, she remembered the past. So we didn't talk much. We just stared at each other. But when we were like 30 minutes into staring at each other, I got a pen and a pencil and I tried to write what she was trying. It looked like she wanted to tell me something. And this is what I thought she was telling me. It's a song called Riding. Hope you guys enjoy it.
I've seen the world standing still. I've seen the leaders come and go, them living good and a mess. I've buried friends and family. I've heard that Jesus will come again. But I just keep riding and riding all alone. Oh no, riding and riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hell and fear, riding, riding down the road. I've seen religions come and go. I've seen the innocents killed by law. Seen them sweet lovers break my heart. I've seen the races fight themselves. I've seen what I chose and what I need. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Oh no, riding, riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hell and fear, riding, riding down the road. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Oh no, riding, riding down the road. Through the hurricanes, riding, riding all alone. Through the hell and fear, riding, riding down the road. But I just keep riding, riding all alone. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really consider that song as a special song to me because to me it was a culture lesson. You know, in Uganda, people stay with their family till the last day. So I was surprised, and I remember one day the lady passed away after a few months, and one day this guy comes with a box. He was smiling. I was like, "Sir, what's that?" He's like, "This is my mother." I'm like, "Your mother? Your mother died?" He's like, "Well, we burned her and she's in this box." And that's where I was curious, where are you gonna put that box? And he put it in a room. There was a bathroom, and put it in this room, and this was my room. That stuff freaked me out. Oh, my sleep started being messed up from the day I knew that box is in that room. And you know when you shut the door and the house has pressure, the other door shuts itself? I shut the bathroom door and my bedroom door shut itself. I was like, whatever this guy's mother is doing, she doesn't need me in this house. And it became worse when they told me, "John, you need to take care of our dogs. We are going to Fairfield next town to Austin to pack our mother's stuff. We shall be back in 2 days." Oh, I was freaked out. But I was like, I'll do this because these people are the only family I know. And you know the Alexa device? So I have a friend called Alex in Uganda, but the Uganda sounds like, I was like, "Hey, Alexi." And Alexa heard me talking to my friend in Uganda. And somehow, I mean, 2 rooms away, I hear a woman speaking out. Immediately, I started shaking. I called these guys. I was like, "Sir, your mother just spoke to me, and I think I'm back at the house." And you know, he was like, "John, you need to listen to me. We don't have ghosts." I was like, "Sir, I heard your mother speak to me. She never spoke again, but I had a woman in this house." And I was leaving those dogs there. And they had to cancel the trip and come back that day. But after a few days,